Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm very excited to finally tell you, for once and for all, the presentation that you have selected. In other words, the amplifier that you selected as best amplifier during this past shootout, in which I compared the Gryphon Antileon Signature against PASLab's 160.8. It's time to find out what you voted for, so let's get started. Okay, welcome back. Please subscribe, hit that like button. I love that support that you guys have given me lately. I am happy to announce that I will continue to do more shootouts, quality shootouts, like what I just gave you all. This past shootout was a lot of work, all the lifting, all the time that it takes me to prepare something that is more polished than anything else I've done before. And I think you all loved it. Okay, so I am very excited to tell you that I will continue to do more shootouts because you're finally subscribing. You're finally listening to me. Thank you. And by the way, if you are not following my YouTube shorts. Okay, guys, here is a Gryphon Antileon Signature from the year 2000. Let's see how the build quality is on this thing. All right, let's try the boulder. I hear the pen only. All right, let's try the top. Let's try the boulder. Wow, I hear the pen. So, what do you guys think? Is it true what they say? Cost no object amplifiers against amplifiers that are less money. You guys heard it. You can hear the difference, even on the chassis, let alone sonically. Okay, now you know. Subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you for your support. You are missing on a lot of great content. See, my YouTube shorts, my videos that are 60 seconds or less are a fun, playful way to interact with you guys. Okay, recently I just compare the external chassis of the PASLab's 160.8 and the Gryphon Antileon Signature, and we were having fun. Some days I want to just simply play music that I like through my XVXs and have fun with them. Very soon, I hope to bring you a 10-watt tube amplifier to play through my XVXs and see what kind of results we get. This is what makes this hobby fun, okay? When you play with your system and have fun, even if you know more or less the outcome of such trials, it doesn't matter, right? It's about enjoying your system and playing with it, and that is exactly what I have been doing as of late. Let's get right into it. The results are in. For the first video that I released, it is clear that the winner was Presentation 1. Presentation 1 had the majority of the votes, as you can see on your screen right now. And presentation number 2 was almost split in the middle. That was interesting because I agree with these results for both presentations. I do believe the first presentation, the amplifier had more control. It has more clarity, the vocals were better, there was less of a veil. And on the second presentation, it seems to me like things kind of turned around a little bit. It made no sense, but I agree that for presentation number 2, the second amplifier, in my opinion, had a slight edge. Well, the results are as follows. Presentation number 1 was none other than Gryphon Antileon Signature. That's right. The Gryphon Antileon Signature was presentation 1 on both videos, which, by the way, it's an amplifier that is approximately I think it is 23 years old since it was first released, okay? The one that I have here is approximately 15 years old. One owner unit. You heard it in its full glory. You heard it, and let me explain to you what I heard from inside the room. The Antileon Signature has that typical pure Class A sound that Gryphon is known for. Very liquid sounding. It has a focus to me that is a little better than the Paslabs XA 160.8s. It had an incredible amount of realism. The imaging was a lot more dense through the Antileon Signature than it was through the 160.8s. What I would say the Antileon Signature did not deliver in the room, believe it or not, was perhaps the same level of depth and soundstage expansiveness that the 160.8 delivered. Yes, I know you guys are going to say, how is that possible? I'm telling you the truth. Through my XVXs, of course, make sure I say that, the soundstage was a little more in between the speakers, and it didn't really come out outside of the speakers as much as it did through my 160.8s. Another thing that I must say is the fact that it's going to be a shocker for you all, but the Antileon Signature, believe it or not, felt at times as if it didn't deliver the same amount of low registers that my 160.8s delivered. To me, that was a shock. And the only explanation I have for this is because I was using a stereo amplifier. And maybe if I had the monos, the Antileon Signature monos, that would have closed that gap and the soundstage would have expanded even more. I'm shocked, trust me. I did not expect any of this to be that way, but it is indeed that way. So, about the Paslabs 160.8s, what did those amplifiers do in comparison to the Antileon Signature? Number one, they did have more depth, believe it or not. They did have a larger soundstage. They were very sweet, not as analytical or as transparent, meaning you can play anything through them and you are going to be happy. You're not going to feel that you are analyzing the presentation, okay? That to me is a real good benefit with Paslabs amplifiers. The fact that you know you're not going to get the best leading edges, you know you're not going to get the incredible bass control that my boulders give me, you know you're not going to get the best of anything. But what you will get with the 160.8s is musicality, a sense of relaxation, a tube-like sound that invites you, a tube-like sound that romances you. It is a very easy amplifier to listen to. You know, this is an opportunity for me to say this. I'm actually very impressed with what my 160.8s delivered. When I compared them to the Gryphon Antileon Signature, if you were to ask me, and I'm going to put myself on blast, what amplifier would I choose between the 160.8s and the Antileon Signature? I am going to say it's a tough one. If I want to sit down and enjoy the music and never worry about anything else other than just connect with my system, I probably would choose the 160.8s. I probably would go for them. The only problem is they run really hot, which I've already told Paslabs, please begin to make something new, a new technology, innovate some, give us something with some smart bias like Boulder. Even the Gryphon Antileon actually has low bias and high bias. So if they did it back in 2000, I think Paslabs can do something with today's technology and of course research and development. The Gryphon Antileon though, you know, it is a very special amplifier. It has a lot of realism. It has an incredible amount of transparency, better leading edges than the Paslabs. It does not have better bass control, but again, I am going to say it. It could be my speakers. I may need the mono version of the Antileon Signature to deliver even better sense of scale through my XVXs. I actually learned, believe it or not, a lot from the shootout. I learned that today's offerings indeed are improving upon older generations. If you are in the market for a pair of 160.8s or an Antileon Signature amplifier, which is, by the way, a very difficult amplifier to come by, I can tell you right now, you're not going to be disappointed with either one. The only thing I recommend, the only thing you guys have to understand is system synergy is key. You can make either amplifier sound bad. I made my Antileon Signature sound not so good when I use my XP32 pass lines, okay? And if I went with my DAC into both, I found both a little too bright for my taste. The Boulder 3010 definitely eased all of those problems. It made both amplifiers just superior at all levels. Choose either amplifier to your liking. It doesn't matter. I think you're going to be happy with both amplifiers. You cannot go wrong with either one. If you like transparency again, I would go for the Gryphon Antileon. If you want musicality and just relax and not be analyzing your music, I would go for the XA 160.8s. At the end of the day, both are amazing amplifiers. I cannot keep both of them, unfortunately. I have to sell them. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this shootout, this presentation. It was a lot of work, and all I can ask of you is to continue to support me, subscribe, like these videos, and I promise you I'm going to bring you another shootout, perhaps with 2 different DACs, perhaps with maybe digital and analog, who knows. I am going to put together better production value for you all as long as you all continue to subscribe and like my videos. That is all I have for today. Have a great rest of your day or evening. Peace.